I see what you did there.
Dawn from Justice?
Dawn from Justice.
That's a new perfume from the clothing company?
Yeah. Huh?
Oh, I thought the chick from Pokemon joined a spy organization called Justice.
There it is.
Zing.
Okay.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to this episode of the Geek Yogurt Podcast. I am Knock.
I'm Sam.
Rah-rah. I have 1 pound and 6 ounces of Snickers. This is going to be a fun show. I am Wave.
There's your new name, Snickers.
A pound of Snickers.
Yeah.
Pound and a half of Snickers.
It's
that's like that giant. They've got like a giant Reese's cup that's like that too.
Yes. And it doesn't taste like a regular Reese's cup.
No.
It's a different flavoring.
Well,
to
it's
it.
got to because like the chocolate and Reese's, the peanut butter is like there's so much more of it. It's got to change things a little. You know. Can't taste good. Yeah.
Right. So this week we are talking about.
Well, first and foremost, I think we should
go on your rant.
We should talk about how Fandango and major cinemas across the nation and internationally completely botched the Star Wars pre-sale ticket release. They not only were none of them prepared enough when they completely should have been, and even Draft House Films came out and made an apology, and they had 40 extra servers spun up for this. And it still was not enough. They still weren't able to meet the fucking challenge of all these people simultaneously trying to buy tickets.
This made national news, everybody.
Yeah, it did.
It was a huge problem.
And then, I mean, we reported on it like twice.
Yeah,
we reported on it. CBS Evening News reported on it.
Yeah.
I'm sure CNN,
I mean, they crashed sites
Fox News,
for
MSNBC.
hours.
And
now,
was that just nationally or was that global?
That was global.
Global. Okay.
So UK.
So 7 billion people trying to get on.
Yeah, and well, that's the thing. It's like their servers are localized. So like the United States has their own servers for ticket sales. You know, so it's like there's 7 million people trying to get on, but they go through different servers.
Right.
Either way, they weren't enough because
Right.
these things were crashed for almost 6 hours.
Yeah.
6 hours. These things were crashed. And with Fandango, I would have been fine had they actually gave me accurate and proper information and not give me a time for when tickets are going to go on sale and then promptly start selling them 2 hours before said time.
Yeah.
Like, what kind of practice is that?
That's what you call, like, I don't give a shit about my customers kind of practice.
Right.
When I have to find out from Facebook, when I have from a friend that said
And
I got my
you were
tickets,
signed up for an alert.
I had a fan alert, goddammit!
Yeah.
So, yeah, there's that.
I wish I would have taken a screenshot when I hovered over the ticket price, or ticket showtime, and it told me tickets were going to be on sale at 10 p.m.
Right.
Eastern.
Right.
I wish I would have sent that, or pictured that, because I would be sending it to Fandango, getting fucking free tickets or something.
Right.
Not necessarily Star Wars, but something, because that is bullshit, and they costed me my plans. I had to change everything.
Right.
Thankfully, I was able to get tickets to an IMAX showing, but the fact that I had to go, 3.5 hours to try to get these, and not only the tickets not the tickets I wanted, not the seats I wanted, not the day I wanted, then that's fucking bullshit.
I count myself fortunate I was able to get tickets.
Yeah.
Because I was watching them gray out.
Yeah.
As I was sitting there trying to connect to the servers to buy them for 2 hours.
Yeah.
Here.
This is locally,
this is
so
local.
it's a lot smaller of a market.
Yeah.
And that was rough. And every now and then you'd be able to break in, but you'd get to the point where, okay, I selected my seats, I selected my showtime, selected my seats, I'm going to confirm my order, and as soon as you click that, an error message would pop up.
And I think the real problem is that, that kind of stuff can happen at any point in time.
Right.
But the fact that they knew that this purchase time was coming, for arguably probably the biggest movie, but will be the biggest movie maybe of the decade, I'll come out and say that now. I mean, really. How do you not prepare yourself for that?
They knew that these tickets, and it wasn't public knowledge until a few days before.
Right.
But the theater chains and Fandango, which I also have to say, what the fuck? Why do they own the market on internet ticket sales? You cannot go through anybody unless it's the website of the movie theater You cannot go through anybody to get tickets other than Fandango.
Yeah,
and most movie theaters will just send you to Fandango.
Like right after I saw that it was down, I emailed you. I'm like, where else can I get tickets?
I got them. I went to AMC. I didn't even get mine through Fandango. Finally, I got mine through AMC Lowe's, Lincoln Square's own website.
Well, I didn't think of that.
Yeah, well, that wasn't even working either. That was crashed too.
Oh,
but that was the only thing I was able to actually get a confirmed purchase and a confirmation number on.
That's a crazy thing. Like, we experienced a little bit of that monopoly, and the federal government kind of overseeing that with where we work and the purchase of our company for like 2 years. How can they let Fandango pretty much just corner the market?
Corner the market on that.
Because you can still go through, what was the other one? Draft House, and there's...
there's Draft House and Cinemark and AMC.
But if they like control like 90% of the business, that's still...
And even Draft House, when their site crashed, they were sending people to Fandango.
Yeah.
But their site was crashed.
Yeah.
So it was just a giant clusterfuck.
Yeah. And Fandango was sending them right back to the other one.
Yeah, and then on top of all that, it's like you'd get to the confirmed ticket price, it would crash on you. Yeah. So you'd go, okay, let me go back in and select those seats. I'll try to buy it again. But the seat selector recognizes that you just bought those tickets. So they're grayed out even though you didn't. Right. So nobody could select these fucking seats for 20 minutes.
Right.
It was just a disaster, and I've never seen a level of unpreparedness that I have in that.
And that's what was disappointing. I mean, I'm not even that huge as a Star Wars fan.
Yeah.
But the fact that this company that you go to this service for can just be so, I don't know,
lackadaisical about it. Like, they didn't even apologize.
Right.
Like, they just don't give a shit.
Right.
And it's like some of them are like, oh well, we didn't expect that many people. We knew it was going to be a lot, but not that many. It's like, come on,
bullshit.
You had to know that this was going to be the most traffic your site was ever going to see this year.
Right.
Was going to be on this day.
Right.
There's no fucking reason that it should have been. Maybe it crashes for like an hour.
Right.
But for almost 6 hours, your websites were down.
Right.
And I'm sure everyone's been fucked over by this.
Right.
And I know my girlfriend, we purchased tickets. It never gave us a confirmation screen. So we thought we didn't work. So we purchased different seats. Finally went through. Then like 2 hours later, we get a separate email saying, "Oh, those seats you thought you didn't buy earlier, you did buy them." It's like, what the?
So now you have extra tickets.
So now we've got extra tickets. I mean, we can get a refund on them, but it's like, now we basically just bought 8 seats to this theater.
The funny thing is if you were like,
you stretch out.
Well, they're in separate locations. So.
Really stretch out.
I'll put my stuff in one seat and then go to the other.
Which theater are we talking about?
AMC Lowe's down in New York City.
Ah, fuck you.
Yeah.
Yeah, I thought the same thing. Yeah, I'll go to that.
Yeah, we're allowed to swear.
No, I said Lincoln Square.
Sorry. I thought you said go ahead and swear.
Yeah.
No.
We can swear on this podcast?
I thought you were having
we've been saying
I thought you were having an Age of Ultron Captain.
Yeah.
See, I thought you were having an Age of Ultron Captain America moment.
Oh.
Language.
Oh no.
Shit. Rex will never have an Age of Ultron moment.
Yeah,
No, he has them all the time. He just doesn't realize.
His Batman moment.
Those happen quite frequently.
On the dark side.
That's how I felt. That's how I felt for 3.5 hours on Monday night trying to get tickets. And afterwards, man, I even told Ra, I was like, holy shit, I feel like a beaten whore.
I was on suicide watch.
Yeah, like I felt like I had aged just in those 3 hours, probably like 10 years.
And this kind of bullshit makes me very tepid about
Batman versus Superman.
Superman,
bigger releases.
I don't have any illusion as to how the two will compare, but it's still going to be a big movie.
Yeah.
And I want to go see it in Lincoln Square.
Right. So the same situation might come up.
Fucking happen.
Yeah. You know what happens if Force Awakens ends up being probably not the best, but what if it ends up being a really solid, good movie, a good Star Wars movie?
Yeah.
What's going to happen when Episode 8 comes out? Are we going to run into this same fucking scenario of a website crashing for 6 hours?
Probably for 8, but not for 9.
Yeah, hopefully not for 9. Nobody's going to want to see 9.
That's a whole other podcast, I'm sure.
So yeah, I had to get that bullshit out of the way.
That was the drama for
That
Monday
was
and
the
Tuesday.
big
Tuesday.
the big Yeah.
You see, I'm just picturing. I don't know if you guys have ever watched the show Dan Versus.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
But Sam, I'm just picturing you dressed like Dan with the jerk shirt and
the
all
jerk
that.
shirt, yeah. He was voiced by Booger from Revenge of the Nerds.
Just looking up at the sky, hands raised.
Yeah.
Fandango! And then Sam versus Fandango.
That's almost exactly what it was like. Yeah.
You have the little list and everything.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
All right. Well, that fell through.
I slammed my phone down a bunch of times.
What fell through?
Cursed the sky.
I was asked to join another podcast later on tonight, but they had to cancel. So
Mother.
I'm stuck with you fucks.
Yeah, you're stuck here.
Yeah.
You're stuck with us here in the.
So I'm going to have time to ignore Arrow and cut the podcast.
Why are you going to ignore it?
I've ignored all the episodes so far.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah,
You
I
haven't seen it?
Am
I
I the-
half watched.
When all three of us are in there, crowded around that thing watching Arrow, am I the only one actually watching it?
You're the only one.
I
No,
watch
you're
it.
watching it. You're the only one engaged.
Okay.
No, I watched it last time because...
You didn't watch it last time.
I didn't watch it last time. I watched it
No,
since the premiere.
I did watch last week's episode. The first episode, I was
Thanks for
cutting the
calling me out on
podcast
that,
during. Oh, speaking of, it reminded me. Our intern Amy was sent to the desert underworld or otherworld or whatever it was to find
Underworld, overworld,
Cecil.
sideworld.
To find what?
Cecil.
Who's that?
Yes.
So
I don't know who that is.
See, that's a Night Vale thing. I'm gonna assume.
Oh,
Yes.
okay.
Yeah, there it is. Okay. Yeah, I knew it once those two were on the same wavelength.
It's okay. We'll see if we get voicemails from her. And,
Yeah, right.
Who knows? Kevin's there. And he no longer believes in a smiling God, so, there's
So
that.
maybe we'll get a voicemail and I'll cut it into a podcast at some point in time.
Yeah.
Cool.
So,
What's
anyway, the big thing today, being October 21st, this is the day.
It's Wednesday.
Well, it is also a Wednesday.
Oh, what's today?
Today is the day Marty McFly comes to the future.
Great Scott!
Great Scott, indeed. That's heavy, guys.
Who's Scott? Why is he great?
He's a great guy. I don't
Is
know
it
why
Scott Lang?
he's great, but
Because Scott Lang is fucking awesome.
Well, he's not Scott.
I mean, he's no Hank Pym.
well,
Oh my god. I want this movie. I want to remake a Back to the Future with Hank
with
Pym and
Hank
Scott
Pym
Lang.
and Scott Lang. You get on it, buddy. Start writing this.
Hell yeah.
Okay, Back
So-
to the Future Day. It's the
so,
day that
yeah, Back
Marty
to
and
the
Doc
Future Day.
came to
I'm-
save his son.
Chicken.
Nobody calls me chicken!
It's funny to see things that they kind of predicted were right and kind of predicted were wrong. I
Really?
kind of
Because
have
I don't think they got anything right.
Yeah, what'd they get right?
You don't think they had anything right?
Okay, here's I want to know. Flying cars, hoverboards, home fusion reactors.
The fusion
Mr.
reactor
Fusion?
is Mr. Fusion.
Yeah,
You know, the
where's my Mr.
hoverboards,
Fusion?
we're just not at that level yet, but we still have the technology.
Nike did put out
Nike has the sneakers.
They put out the self-lacing sneakers just for the nostalgia of Back to the Future, but they're like $1,500.
They're like $1,500.
Yeah, that doesn't
You can
count.
also get Marty McFly's 1985 Nike sneakers.
And you can buy a Toyota truck that.
Oh, really?
Yep. I
The
just saw that
Tacoma?
on Twitter. Yeah, I saw that on Twitter.
Wasn't there like a science thing, a science news story like a couple of months ago about how they want to give each house its own personal power
Its own
plant?
personal power plant. Well, that's like
Yeah.
what Elon Musk is working towards.
Yeah, it's like electrical solar,
Yeah,
I think.
yeah.
Or maybe it's hydrogen. One of the two.
They
I
already
think it's
have-
hydrogen.
Might-
They
might be
have
hydrogen.
solar panels that you can buy and put on your
Yeah,
houses
that.
already.
Well,
Well, no,
can't do that.
like a small hydrogen power plant that
Oh.
separates it from water
Oh.
that would come from the city,
Yeah.
and that hydrogen powers your house.
Oh,
And-
so
and
you're
then-
going to pay anyway. So
For water.
for water.
Yeah.
And then any
then-
power that you don't use because it produces a lot of power
Yeah.
goes into the grid.
Right.
So that your whole
That's right.
neighborhood-
That was the story.
Yeah, but what's being powered by? So here's the thing, though. Because solar power does that too.
Yeah.
So with all this extra power going back into the grid, if every house, we're saying, eventually, and business eventually gets this,
Yeah.
where's all the extra power going?
Well, that's the thing.
Well,
There's going to
They're
be
building a fucking Death Star with the extra
yeah, I
power.
was gonna say there's a surplus of power that's just kind of like up for grabs at this
Look.
point. You know.
They're going to turn it into electromagnetic power, which levitates
Yeah.
M. Bison's control
Oh
chair
my god, the control
off
chair.
the ground, and it also levitates And Bison.
Yes,
It'll be like Blade Runner, Neo Tokyo, because remember at night there's a lot less power on the grid because of usage.
Because of the usage, that's right.
Yeah,
That's right.
So now they can keep that 100% power usage going all the time.
Yeah.
But if it's going to be hydrogen based,
Yeah.
then it's not going to run out unless there's solar going
Unless
into it
there's
too.
solar
Right.
going into it.
Well, yeah.
Solar hydrogen based. Is that what you're trying to tell me?
I don't even know that it's solar.
I don't.
think it
I
was
don't know
mostly
the
hydrogen.
exact details on it because I didn't look too much into it. I just tertiary type reading.
Right.
So
Look, all I know is we're gonna get turned into Shadaloo, and I don't know if I'm mad about that or.
gonna happen. I think the biggest thing Back to the Future predicted was how close Biff and Donald Trump are in the future.
Yeah.
But
Wrong.
yeah,
No, that is incorrect, sir.
that is incorrect.
That is the alternate 1985.
That is alternate 85. You're right. Where
Bum, bum, bum.
where black people in a neighborhood means it's bad. It's the ghetto. That's always been one of my issues with. I love all three of them.
I have to
first of
find
all.
it because a tweet from Patton Oswalt.
Oh God, I do love Patton Oswalt.
So keep talking. while
Yeah,
I find this.
I'm one of I know a lot of people who hate the third one. I'm of the mindset that I love all three, and especially because they're so tightly well told stories, and besides the nagging race issues that they could have fixed in part 3, but that's besides the point. And I know a lot of people who think the third one was like an afterthought, but if they just paid attention to the end of the second one and also realized that the second and third one were filmed back to back, I mean, it's pretty clear that the third one is not an afterthought.
Yeah.
As much as people want to think it is, because it feels like it's out of left field with the Old West setting, but
Even the release dates. Back to the Future 2 was 89. Back to the Future 3 was 90.
it was the next year. It was
Yeah, so
it
it
wasn't
was
even
back to
12
back.
months later.
All right, so Patton Oswalt
Yeah.
said, Mr. Fusion, hoverboards, Cubs win World Series, Jaws 19.
We were close
but
to the Cubs.
But a black president was too fucking crazy.
It's too fucking crazy. Yeah, it's true. No, that's right. Well, only if Marty McFly would have went back and put the bug in Obama's ear.
No, if he went back and went and saw Mayor Goldie Wilson.
Well, that's
Hey
the
man,
thing.
you
It's
should
like-
run for president.
Yeah, then Goldie would have been president instead of mayor. It's close, and we were close to having the Cubs win. I don't know what the final play is, but I have a
I don't
feeling.
even know where to find that.
I have a feeling the Mets are going to win it anyway.
More
So.
than
They're up 3-0, dude. Yeah.
You know what, Mets, just let it go. Let it go and let the Cubbies win.
Yeah, Mets.
So at least we can get something out of the movie.
Oh, I see what you're saying. They
Yes.
should stick to the script.
They
Damn
should.
straight.
They didn't see the movie enough.
This isn't a rewrite.
The
Stick
New
to
York
script.
Mets need to be sent for re-education.
So
And
do
we
you
will.
guys have any dissents for Back to the Future? Do you like all three? Do you not like all three?
I didn't like the third one as much as I liked the other two.
Well, the third is definitely the weakest of the,
Oh
of
yeah,
the three.
yeah. But I think it's a nice trilogy.
It's a bow. It's a nice
Yeah.
bow on it. Yeah.
So I didn't really have any major issues.
My question is, what parent in their right mind lets their high school aged kid hang out with a disgraced scientist who's like 40 years older than
It's an
he
80s
is?
parent.
It's 80s parents.
There's there's a lot of questions that arise from these movies that you're not supposed to think about.
Just don't question. Don't ask about those.
But
That little guy, you don't worry about that.
well, you don't worry about how the Doc Brown and Marty met. You don't worry
You don't
about
want to know. You just don't think about that.
why the senior McFlys don't recognize Marty when he gets back to 1985. You don't question if what the hell was the dad's name?
George.
You don't question why George wasn't the creator of Star Wars and Star Trek.
Oh yeah, he made that like.
Marty,
I
when Marty
am
goes back, he
Vader.
says,
I'm
"I'm
Vader.
Lord
Vulcan."
Vader from the
Yeah.
planet Vulcan."
Yeah, that's
So
right.
these things do exist within that movie realm, but they live outside because
Yeah.
they never go back and.
Or it was George McFly's book that inspired
I was gonna say,
Lucas.
didn't he write a
The
book,
book,
that was like a
no,
science
that was his
fiction
first book that came out in 1985.
Yeah.
Oh, that was his first book that it was in '85.
Star
Yeah.
Trek was 66.
Yeah.
Star Wars was 77.
So did he say this to? When did he say this to his? What year was it when he said
55.
It was in the 55 one.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh.
I couldn't remember if it was when he was.
He showed up at George's house, put the headphones
That's
on,
right,
and
that's
played Van
right.
Halen.
Yeah.
Said,
yeah.
"I'm going to scramble your brain if you don't ask Lorraine out."
Yeah, that's right. That's right. God,
You are my density.
I'm gonna have to watch. I'm gonna have to watch those tonight. I was hoping to get to watch all of them before today, but it didn't work out that way. So,
That'll teach
so
you
it's
that.
been years since I've actually sat down and watched these movies.
Yeah.
I actually don't own any of them, so thank God they're on Amazon.
They're on
Yeah,
Amazon.
I know.
All three of them. I don't know how long they're going to last.
Yeah, I know. That's why I want to watch them
Yeah.
like today. At least the first one and second one tonight. Just because tomorrow they might be gone. They might have just put them
Oh,
up.
it's the 22nd.
Well, yeah.
You have to start paying for it now.
And then tomorrow, USA Today is putting out their putting out a paper, just like the one that
youth arrested for
Marty
vandalism or
McFly
something like that.
arrested Martin McFly because he went to the day ahead of time just to see what would happen.
It's on right now.
Oh yeah, there you go.
Inside edition.
Hey, 4:29 today is when they arrived. Nothing happened
In the morning.
And now,
0429.
yeah, in the morning. And now, after today, this whole trilogy takes place entirely in the past.
Yeah.
Mhm.
You know?
Wow.
Yeah, it's kind
That's
of
pretty crazy.
It's kind of weird to think like that, you know?
Now I'm like thinking because Camp revealed his pulse rifle design for his Alien reboot.
Oh, Jesus.
I'm thinking now like, when will it be in the past that Alien will be a movie that isn't set in the future?
Oh my God, like the first one?
Yeah, and it'll be in the past.
Wouldn't that be crazy?
That's blowing my mind right now.
Yeah,
We have-
I want to know what life will be like when Alien is no longer a movie set in the future.
We're
Right.
going to have to worry about Running Man first.
I know. I saw you
2017.
posted
Yeah.
on the podcast. That was funny. I was like, "Holy shit, that's right."
I
That's
really
coming.
wanted to put Badump Bump at the end of my...
And it's. I mean, I feel like we're not that far off from a game show like that.
We're
Yeah.
not. We're
I
not
feel
that
like
far
we
off
are
from
not
a
that
police
far
state
off.
either.
Well, they have that
Yeah.
one that Elevator that's going to be on
What?
the Game Show Network,
No, what is
where
this?
it's like people. It's like a horror genre based game show
Yeah.
where they put people in these situations to solve puzzles, sort of like
So it's like an escape room.
like an escape room, except there are antagonists in there. Like the one guy is dressed up like an evil clown, and it's almost like they chase you.
Did you see the movie Devil?
Devil, yes.
Where
in the
it's like
elevator.
they're all in the elevator
Yeah,
and they have to find
yeah.
out who's the devil?
Yeah,
Okay. So it's kind of like that mixed with an escape room?
yeah.
Not necessarily you're finding out who the devil is.
Yeah.
But there's obviously a creature
Yeah.
villain sort of thing. Yeah.
I think they're just meant there to put pressure on you, so it's harder to solve the puzzles they have set in
Okay.
front of you.
Okay.
So, but that,
Elevator, huh?
yeah, it's on the
I'll
Game
give it
Show
a
Network.
shot, yeah.
Yeah,
That sounds like it could be not necessarily good, but something interesting
yeah. But
Something
it's
fun
like
to
just a
watch.
step away from that, from live rounds.
from live rounds. I mean, seriously, it's
You know?
with another 10, 12 years, I would not doubt we have maybe not something as gruesome and brutal as Running Man, but
Right.
I feel like if there's not a course correction here, we're getting to someplace like that.
What's that one game show where like they have people
People love punishment.
and they
Love to
jump
watch
on like giant balls and sometimes they fall or they get hit by swinging obstacles.
like MXC.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wipeout. That's
yeah,
what it was.
yeah, okay, yeah.
Well,
So-
MXC I think was the original.
But that was the original
Yeah.
one.
Yeah.
But
That was the funny one.
you replaced that big soft ball with a giant spiked metal ball.
Yeah, that's right.
And that's all you're there. You're
Yeah,
done.
that's right.
That's it. You know?
Well, all right, sorry. I know semi-random, but a little Back to the Future thing. I just realized something.
Yeah.
Everybody's so concerned with the fact that it's Back to the Future Day.
Yeah.
I think people are forgetting what's going to happen in 2 more years.
What's that, Running Man?
Running Man.
You know, we just talked about that, right?
I completely zoned out. There we go.
Now,
Did
Wade
you just
is-
look at the website and figure that out?
No.
No, I was reading. Somebody did a massively in-depth ABCs
Yeah.
with like old movies and shit. And TV shows, and I was totally reading that and not paying attention whatsoever.
Wave just went Back to the Future.
Okay, so now I'm caught up apparently.
Yeah.
Welcome to the show.
What day is today? Okay, so we actually were talking about that. Sorry about that.
It's all that coke.
Sorry,
the mind just.
I'm gonna be honest. The last time I was actively paying attention was Alien.
Which was right before the Blade Runner stuff.
See,
yeah. So
Blade Runner, but
or not Blade Runner.
Running
Man.
Yeah, okay.
Blade
So.
Runner was in there too.
Yeah, there was there. Listen, again, the cocaine usage. Is just,
I think it's that pound and a half Snickers.
It's just rampant.
I'd like to note there's less than half of that bar left.
I did recommend our podcast to some students at the school I work at. So.
We did have
good.
one more like on the Facebook page. I don't know who it was.
No, it wasn't my aunt. Was.
Yeah. Whether they
Maybe.
It might have been.
You know what?
We'll find out.
I'm not going to pick on your aunt because she's a great sponsor for
Yeah, right?
us.
It's
you go ahead and keep sharing.
It's reaching other people.
Yeah.
So there's that. And she's on the West Coast, so, it's reaching.
It's reaching, indeed.
Yeah, so Back to the Future 4.
Is non-existent, never will be existent.
Not yet.
No! No!
See, that comes into, like, the reboot territory.
Zemeckis came out and said we will never do
he
Back to the Future 4, but they are working on a musical.
They are working on a musical, that's right.
But they're not going to release it until they are happy with it first.
Which is good, is good.
Because they don't want to... They're the nice guys that don't want to fuck with our childhood.
Yeah, right.
Marty, put that thing back where you found it, or so help me.
How many you got in there? Oh, God.
What were you going to say about Back to the Future 4?
Oh, nothing. I was just reporting it if it was a thing. But
no, it's not a thing.
I
read
would.
an article on that.
With the way shit goes nowadays, if you want to watch Back to the Future 4, go onto Hulu or Adult Swim and watch Rick and Morty, and that's essentially what Back to the Future 4 was.
Yeah, they're essentially the twisted Doc Brown and Marty McFly.
Yeah,
it's pretty brilliant.
It's such a fucked up show, but so good.
It's really brilliant. Yeah, they get pretty dark with their stuff, and it's just pretty gross too.
Oh yeah. I mean, I think that's their main one is just to get gross with it.
Yeah, but they have some pretty poignant episodes.
This planet is purging, Morty. They're gonna purge. So we're gonna sit up here and watch it.
Yeah, they've got some really good episodes. If you haven't watched it, it's definitely something to check out. I think you would like it, Rob. Yeah.
So what is it? Hulu?
Well, it's on Hulu. I don't know. I think Adult Swim has a Hulu exclusive contract.
No,
so
season 1 is on Hulu.
Season 1's on Hulu.
Yeah,
they just started season 2. So they also have, I believe, all seasons of Metalocalypse on Hulu now.
Wow.
So
this is the crazy thing, man.
Yeah, I would check that out. Now you can watch that for free.
Oh, okay.
You don't have to, you just have to deal with ads. Okay. But Metalocalypse episodes are 12 minutes.
Right.
So you'll probably have an ad at the beginning and that's it.
Wow, I know what I'm doing now.
So yeah, because Netflix only had the first season.
Right.
And there's 4 more seasons. So, and they get insane.
Nice.
They get insane. Especially as each season the production value just increases.
Yeah.
And you're like, oh, well, they can't get any crazier than, oh, holy shit, they just did. And this is only the first episode? Oh, shit.
Okay,
Yeah.
I want to know, if we get Rara watching Metalocalypse again, that's going to lead to nothing but Metalocalypse jokes and impressions in this room. From both of us.
Yeah, it's going to come back.
Yeah, that would be awesome.
It hasn't been around in a while, so
I also want to get back and rewatch Venture Brothers from the beginning.
Yeah, they actually...
Netflix had 4 seasons of it?
Yeah.
Oh, Venture Brothers?
Yeah.
Oh, wow. Last time I saw they only had the first season up.
Yeah.
Wow.
A couple of months ago.
That's one I know you would love. But yeah, that's funny because on Monday night they released their trailer for season 6, but nobody watched it because there was something else, some other low-budget trailer that came out that day that kind of preoccupied everybody else.
I mean, I remember I used to watch Venture Brothers religiously.
Yeah.
But yeah, I just kind of drifted away from Adult Swim in general. So
yeah, same here. But there were a few shows like that one and Moral Oral Mary Shelley's Frankenhole. There's some really good shows that kind of lasted.
Mary Shelley's Frankenhole?
Yeah,
that's a show.
It's a show.
Wow.
And it's all done with little paper characters, and they're all like completely like drunken bastardization characterizations of Frankenstein characters.
Wow.
And it's very, very clever.
Wow.
Yeah.
That sounds like
You
fun.
see, that's the thing. Like when I stopped watching Adult Swim, it was mostly because of my work schedule.
Yeah.
But it also had a lot to do with a lot of it. I just wasn't finding entertaining anymore.
No, they became a network that for a while there. It was just like potty humor and not like funny potty humor.
It's like,
and then like Family Guy every other show.
Yeah.
You know?
It's like Squidbillies. I think was the last one that I even sort of liked, and even that was.
That degraded pretty quickly.
Well, even from the beginning of that, it was, alright, this is kind of funny. Every now and then there's a good moment.
It's not something you habitually watch, though.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then, they were like that for a long while. That's when I sort of fell out of watching them, too. Not to mention going to school kind of put the kibosh on that. You know?
Yeah.
Alright, so, because I think we're coming to the end here.
Yeah.
I got to figure out what I'm going to be for Halloween. I need something that's sexy and hilarious.
Lord Humongous.
Well, I'm kind of thinking going as myself.
Yeah. Just yourself.
Just go as myself.
I get it.
Just go as Big Sexy.
I am Big Sexy.
You just write Big Sexy on your naked chest.
There was a girl in high school who used to call me Big and Tasty. I shit you not on that.
She asked you if that's what your diet was, just Big and
Wow.
And wave her, why, yes, I am big and tasty. As you should know. Hey-o.
Well, that took a turn where I did not think it would.
You throw up the question of what should I be for Halloween, and then it goes straight to
making fun of me. Yep. Fuck you, people.
No, Joe, working.
Fuck you. Fuck you. Fuck you.
I didn't even do anything.
I don't give a shit. Viewers, you're cool.
You like Gotham. That's what you did.
Oh, that's
what you did.
I'm marked for life.
No. You hated Guardians of the Galaxy. That's what you did.
That's what he did.
I think hate is really strong.
Yes,
anyway.
the hate is strong with you.
Yeah. It just wasn't your flavor.
That's right. That's right.
You love ice cream, but you're not going to eat every flavor of it.
That's right.
Right, but you see, he liked the Ninja Turtles Michael Bay movie, so it's more like.
Well, he likes McDonald's ice cream rather than
I prefer ice cream with like broken glass and razor blades in it.
I mean,
punishment.
McDonald's does have good cheap ice cream.
I do love their Oreo.
It's no Ben and Jerry's,
Oreo
but
McFlurries.
Yeah.
I used to eat those like a.
Oh God, Shamrock Shakes.
Damn
it! I want Shamrock Shake, and it's nowhere near Drunk Day.
No.
Or St. Patty's Day.
Drunk Day, St. Patty's Day, same thing.
All right, fuck it. Arrow's almost on.
Yeah.
I've been waved.
I'm Sam.
You've been wave?
You've been wave.
Oh, that's right. You're Snickers now.
Now he's Snickers. Yeah.
Snickers. Sign it off.
Good night.
See ya.
Big and tasty.
Join us next time.